Hi everyone, it's BDevine. I hope that you're doing awesome wherever you are. This video message today is being brought to you by BDevine. No. This video message today is here because I have just been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed to do it. So not exactly sure where it's going. I do have a few things that I'm going to be bringing up. And also these. 1 second. We're going to do some playing cards. For anybody out there who cannot read or cannot see, this will solve all of your problems. Okay, so I got the jumbo playing cards. Okay, we're going to do that later. In all seriousness, I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to this space. I welcome you to understanding yourself. I welcome you to a new way of life. If you're willing to put into your being and into practice the things that I'm going to be mentioning and have mentioned, there's over 4,000 videos. If you do put things into practice, you are going to notice a change, a massive change in your life. Okay. You're going to notice a shift in your appearance. You're going to notice a shift in other people around you. You're going to notice healing that comes to the surface, things that need to be taken care of, things that you need to do, things that you need to be aware of, healing that you need to be aware of. What is the secret to spirituality? What is the secret? It's really easy, actually. The first thing is acceptance. Acceptance is the secret. Accepting that you are already enlightened. Accepting that you have all of the knowledge of the universe flowing through you, right? All the knowledge of the universe flowing through you. You already have it. Acceptance. Accept your abilities. Accept that you're gifted. Accept that you are wise. Accept that you're here for a reason. Accept that you're unique, right? Accept that you already know what I'm going to tell you on a deeper level. Secret to spirituality is very simple. It is persistence. So we have acceptance. We have persistence. You have to be stronger than any other negative vibe. You have to understand the universe does not punish. The universe always says yes. What does that mean to you? The universe always says yes. You hate yourself, the universe goes, yeah, you hate yourself. You tell yourself you're abundant, the universe says, yeah, you're abundant. If you say, I never get anywhere, the universe says, yeah, you never get anywhere. You see what I'm getting at? The universe always says yes. Mind your thoughts, okay? Remember that you're a creator. The universe does not punish you, okay? You punish yourself. People give you their bullshit and you believe it to be true. And then you rack your brains about why someone would think that way about you, or what's going on, or how it's gone on, or it always happens, and and I try, and the universe doesn't help. No, the universe always says yes. The universe does not punish. People punish. It's like saying God is a punishing God. No, people are punishing people. People are agitators. There's a whole lot of people that are agitating all the time. Okay? Energies agitate. Negative vibes seek negative vibes. Pain seeks punishment. Right? You're enlightened. The universe always says yes. Okay? What's that going to mean to you? Number 3, you're on a journey. You're on your journey. I'm on my journey. Next doors is on their journey. Focus on the highest aspect of everyone's journey. Focus on the highest aspects of everyone's journey. Someone drives you crazy. Why? What is it that irritates you about them? Because that's what irritates you about you. Why do you become frustrated? I can tell you right now, in all honesty, that I get very frustrated after the 50th time of being pestered for the day. Then I get frustrated. Not at anybody else, but usually at a thing I'm trying to do, and it's not working for the 50th time. After there's been pester after pester after pester, answer after answer after answer, and this is just part of being someone who is here on this planet to help guide other people. You're going to have mishaps. You're going to have people who don't understand. You're going to have people who are just negative people. You're going to have people who don't understand what their journey is. You're going to have people who think it's okay to just push all of their BS on you and expect you to work it out, because in the past, that's the personality that you were because you didn't want to upset anybody. That is not really helping anything. Okay? Spirituality is simple. The universe always says yes. People are punishing acceptance of yourself, your abilities, your flaws, your problems, your own blockages, your traumas. Okay? That is all part of the process. There is never a button that is going to push you into your divine pathway, and you never have to deal with anyone's crap. That's just not going to happen, folks, in this reality. Okay? You're going to have things that you have to deal with. That's life, all right? And some of it is part of your blueprint, and some of it is repeating to you because you keep repeating the same behavior. For example, when I tell you about getting frustrated, okay, I'm telling you that in honesty. After 34 years of being in service, and also expected to always have every single answer for every single person. Why does that happen? Because I set myself up that way. So really, I'm only frustrated with myself for, in the past, wanting to be there for everyone. And guess why? I believed that people would literally appreciate it. That's what I believed. That people would be like me and see someone who's trying to help and appreciate it. And that's a big mistake on my part, because humanity is set up to be takers, right? So the more you give, the more someone will just go, this is great. I'm just going to take all this. Now, it's not really their fault. It's your fault for giving it all, right? So my mistake was to believe that there would be a gratitude that I would hold. The reason why that's a mistake is because everyone is on their journey. Everyone is on their pathway. It's not the same pathway as mine. So as you're growing in your spiritual pathway, as I said, less and less and less things become personal to you, right? Less and less and less things become personal. When you are activating the truth of who you are, where you want to be, what you want to do, when you are persistent, okay, when you are understanding what's worth your time and what's worth your energy. If something's not working, then you're changing it. So, you know, for me to continually help everybody like this, that's not getting out there to the world. That's just remaining frustrated and trying to really, really get through to people that really don't want to listen. They just want to keep on asking you questions, right? It's like when someone finds out, oh, you do cards or something, or, you're a psychic or you're whatever, right? Automatically, they're asking you every single question, or they think that you're reading their minds, or a myriad of things. And by the way, none of those things are true. All a person wants to do is actually just be themselves. So when I'm connecting with new people, the last thing I want to do is be on call again, trying to escape that. You know what I'm saying? So if I have friends, the last thing I really want to do is constantly be the advisor. But I am often in that position because I actually know, and it's just rather than go around in circles and try to help them figure everything out in their way, it's like, here's the answer. Because then we can stop talking about it. Do you know what I mean? So these are the things. The other things I wrote down. The universe always says yes. The secret of spirituality. All right? Wisdom. Knowing which messages to pay attention to and which ones to release. Okay? Wisdom when to act. The wisdom to know when to act and when not to act. Right? The wisdom to know the difference. The wisdom to say no when you need to without the unhealed reality of, oh, I don't want to upset anybody. Okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a good person and not wanting to upset any apple cart and not wanting to ruffle any feathers. But unfortunately, as I said to you before, life is life. And there isn't a day going by where there's not someone there sending all of their BS to you. Because that's just the nature of humans. The nature of spirituality is to discover all the different aspects of yourself, right? Discover what that is for you. To start to learn to develop your own connection with spirit. To stop taking everyone's BS as personal. And if someone says something to you, why is it a personal attack? Why do you feel upset by it? If someone's asking for help and you give the help, then do that. Be in service and not be annoyed. There are some, there's just this energy around at the moment since the eclipse and a little bit before. So I've been going through this release. Okay. I've been going through a purging, a shamanic sort of a massive healing. At the same time, there's been a lot happening here at our house with animals and with doing a lot of physical work as well. And just the other night, we were rewiring our fence for the animals and for other reasons, which I'm not going into. And it was hot. It was pretty warm outside. So I'm digging away. And I'd been digging away for a fair bit, and I hadn't really taken a drink of water or anything like that because I was just wanting to get it done. That's another thing about me, is that I will set myself a goal or a task or something, and then I just want to get it done, right? I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it for a week. I want to get it done, right? I don't want any of these, what do you call it, delays and all that stuff. So I'm there, and it was a very long day. It was very hot. And by the end of that night, I was just like, wow, I'm just really tired. I mean, I ended up having water and all of that, but there was a period where I didn't have much. And so that night, my eyes felt like they were tiny. Like I couldn't lift my eyes very open. And I had this fever on the left side of my face, up into my ear, behind my head, like sweating across the chest, but it was mostly all my left side. And I just went into fire, like, you know, it was weird. And I had already been going through 3 weeks of this shamanic purge, right? Cleansing. Then the eclipse came and it got worse and it got better and it got worse. I was losing my voice. I'm coughing. I'm all this stuff, right? And I'm still working outside, and not a day go by when, I've got to do my work at my office and then do all the cooking and do the animals cooking, do the cleaning for the animals, get the animals all outside. And by the time 7:30, 8 o'clock at night comes, I'm finally sitting down for half an hour before I go to bed. So this is just normal though. But when this was happening as well, and then a whole lot of things around us, which I'm not even going to bother talking about, I went into this thing, this extreme heat, sweating all up through my hair. It went all night. I stayed up all night. I was wandering back and forward. I was going out into the living room, back to bed. I was going out the front. I was coming back up. I mean, I just couldn't settle, right? I got up in the morning. I was trying to just rest. And I got up in the morning and all that went away. It's like, okay. So it all went away. And then the next day I was all bright-eyed again and back into it again. And it was the weirdest thing because I had been asking. I had really, really, really been asking for even stronger connections, even stronger anchoring points, right? Lifting myself up into the next level so I could teach you all the next levels. And so many things had occurred since my Akashic reading that I give where I was writing it, which I'm going to do again because I liked that. And so many things happened after that. And it was definitely a force. Obviously, the force was not going to win, but it was trying. Without all of this spiritual work, without understanding who I am, without being able to sage and to cleanse and to clear and to bless and to dissolve cords or everything that I could do. And even when I had done all of those things, the next thing would happen. And I mean, these were big things. And then the next thing. And I know that there is a few people in particular that sit there going, well, my plan worked. My little spells worked. It wasn't a person that was doing this. This wasn't someone's little spell. This was not what it was. But if people want to think that way, well, karma's a real thing. But what this was such an energetic thing. It was trying to get me to say, I'm not doing videos anymore. I'm not giving these talks anymore. I'm not doing any teaching anymore. And I'm just going to go to a regular job. That's what it was constantly trying to get me to do. And in between, there was a whole lot of other things on top of it. So not just actually happening here, around here, with us, and the animals and the neighbors and everything. It wasn't even anything about that, but there was pockets of people that must have also been going through something, and they were coming at me for advice and spewing all of their stuff everywhere and, just losing control, right? And forgetting everything that they've been taught. You see, now you can get yourself into a position in life where you're not exactly on target and you know it. Okay, when you're not on target, you know it. I hate to say it, but you do, right? And so some people, they begin the spiral process, right? Like this, overthinking. It must be this, it must be that. She must say this, she must say that. She must hate me here and there and everywhere else, right? Whatever. Whatever goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. Some people don't come up from the spiral. They just think the universe is punishing them. They've got all this crap going down, and it's their fault somehow karmically. They've asked for it. They've got some kind of black magic on them. Whatever it is, it's all their fault. Whatever's happened, it must be because. And they don't pull themselves out and understand where the negative voice comes from. Now, once again, not going to say I'm perfect. I have never claimed to be perfect. In fact, you all have seen, and heard my life stories, things that have gone wrong, things that you wanted to believe in life itself. But one thing I've always known, and that is the spiritual destiny of everybody and what we're supposed to be doing here. And it's not even supposed to be doing. It's more that we awaken to it, bring ourselves into that place of happiness, catch ourselves when we're going through all this stuff, pulling themselves out of it. Now, some people make the mistake and they feel like they've failed if they've told somebody about what they're going through, right? And they feel like, oh, now I feel stupid because I already know what the answer is and I've gone and told someone. Well, so what? You needed to say something. You needed to get it off your chest. Maybe there's not many people that you can literally connect with, right? I know that feeling as well. One or two people that I can say blah, 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 and know that they're not hating on it or laughing about it secretly behind my back, right? And unfortunately, in this work, you have all of that going on all of the time. And so with your spiritual practices and with your journey and with your life lessons, it's more just about understanding that things are going to come and things are going to go. And you have to understand who's worth fighting for and not. You have to understand that you need to be first. In order for you to awaken all of your skills and all of your abilities, how can you do it if everybody comes first all of the time? I had to learn that I had to say no. No, this is the answer. You either do it or you don't. But you don't keep coming back again and again and again because you haven't done it. So you do it or you don't. Here's the answer. This is the way to healing. If you want to work with me for 6 to 8 weeks or whatever, and I will do everything I can to show you where it is that you go wrong, right? Why something's happening to you, and create a big write-up for you as well for you to read. If you want to do that, that's a different story. But if you want to continually say that you're doing something and then completely complain and do the opposite, or tell everybody that you're a spiritual person and that you have learned so much and you're blah, 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 you're this, you're that, the other, and then it's completely the opposite behavior. It's like everything is shown, like the universe is watching everything as well, so if you're inauthentic, that's also going to come out. And you know what? A lot of that is happening. This is what was said also with the Akashic records, the exposure, it's all happening, right? Anything that's built on false ground is like the Tower card. Okay, it's going to fall. It's just going to fall. So the universe always says yes, right? Think about that for a minute. The secret of spirituality, wisdom, knowing which messages to pay attention to and which messages to release. If you're not in your place of receiving as a sovereign being of lights, I hereby call upon my spiritual light team, higher self and source energy to be with me right now, grounding me into the center of the earth and the universe, creating a triple shield of protection around me, dissolving any unnecessary cords and people and places and situations in all directions of time and space and through all layers of my entire being. So be it. And inside of it, you can add all this other stuff too. If you're not doing that every single day, you're not receiving messages from spirit. Okay? You're receiving random messages. It's like you're broadcasting out on a radio station and you're tuning in. Some bullshit over here. And you're picking up on it. Right? So, and yes, you know, in life, you can swear and be spiritual. You can cuss. Wow, you can get drunk if you want to. I mean, not every day and just like making a mess of yourself or whatever. I mean, some people have a problem with drinking, but this is not about restricting yourself and limiting yourself, because that's what society wants everybody to do. It's not. It's a balance, right? It's not saying you have to do this and then you'll get it all. You have to be a good person or else, right? That's a parental thing. Your parents saying, now you better be good or you're not going to get a chocolate. Parental thing. There's a reward or a punishment. That is not how spirit works. Spirit works differently. It works in wholeness, right? The universe always says yes. The ability to create is always yours. It may not be something that you want, so change your thoughts, adjust your frequency, right? It may be something that is focused in a bad intention. That gets found out as well. You know, it's funny to me because people who have done something really rotten, then they think that because you're a spiritual person, you're just going to forgive it all. And unfortunately, it's not about forgiveness. It's about creating a boundary that once it's crossed, okay, there's no coming back from that. That's because a person has learned their lesson. The person already gave 1,000 chances. So you don't get to cross over into that field again, right? So there's a lot of things that have changed because of the importance also of the messages, the importance of the truth that needs to come out, the importance of some of the danger of some of the messages that I have to give at times, and the things that are like the repercussions of some of those things. You know, my husband and I have to really make sure that we are together in our defenses, our spiritual defenses as well, and not allowing that energy to be able to penetrate any field, the house, anything, right? And so as something happens, you either learn from it and grow from it, or you let it linger and you let it hinder your progress, and you just continue to allow it to consume you, right? How many times I've said what consumes your thoughts controls your life. That is listen to that. We all might not like Creed, right? The band, but that was perfect. What consumes your thoughts controls your life. What is it for you? What do you keep mulling around over? Where are you having an issue? What is going on with you? Why is it so hard for you? Why do you let something be hard for you? Why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? Why are you holding on to that old, unhealed version of yourself? Why does it keep coming up? Why do you keep getting triggered? Where have you healed with your parents? Where are your parents? Are they still here? Do they still drive you nuts? Or have they gone and transcended and see what you're doing? You know, if you've lost people, where's the grief showing up in your life? If you've been, beaten back black and blue in your life, how do you feel about that? How did it make you feel? I know when, this was happening in a domestic violent relationship when I was very young, very impressionable, all that was happening. I would be like, I have to be better. I must be good. I have to be better. There's something I can do that would just stop all of this. It must be up to me. And I remember, because I was so young, that's how I felt. But you know what? That's how I always had felt. I had always felt that I have to do better. I have to be more. Or you're going to get in trouble, or you're going to get a hiding, or you're going to get your head kicked in, or you're going to get smacked around, or some kind of consequence is going to happen. And I figured out that for a long time that that's what I was doing. And, you know, it can sneak back into your life in surreptitious ways, right? Well, all of a sudden you're doing the people-pleasing thing again. You know, you don't want someone to not like you or to, you know, send all that hate on you. You don't want to upset anybody. So therefore you put up with far too much. That fawning, okay, and that, you know, sensation of being or having to be that way all the time, but nobody else has to stop as well. The biggest thing that happened to me with my changes was demanding and commanding more for myself, and to give more time to myself and to value myself, because I was trying to get validation from others without really meaning to, or, you know, thinking I was doing that. That's literally what I was doing. And it stems from being a child, right? And you're always trying to not get in trouble or to please or to be noticed as a child. Sometimes, you know, you see these kids, they're going to be naughty as hell because any attention is better than none. So they're playing up like, and guess what? Everyone's paying attention, aren't they? Everyone's like, you little shit, shut up. You're on the plane, shut up. Get that kid to be quiet. But they're doing it because it's a cry for help. It's a cry for attention. You know, some people say, well, they're just ADHD and we need to have a meeting and we need to have some understanding. No, they just need your attention, proper attention, you know, and that will stop. Get them off the sugar and all that ADHD thing will stop as well. Stop giving them what they want all of the time and you won't have a tantrum when you can't do it, you know. So there's just these things that we go through in our life that if we can just make those slight adjustments, things will also get easier. So your spiritual pathway, keep it simple. Catch yourself. Watch who you're hanging with. Watch what you're saying. You know, if you're connecting with someone and you want to be, you know, learning and growing, then learn and grow. Don't say, I want to learn and grow, but then I'm going to complain and I'm just going to say it doesn't work and it's this and it's that, but I don't really, I just want it to happen to me. I don't want to have to do more. Change your attitude. Change yourself into a success story, not always something that happens to you or something's going to happen, or it might happen, or it always happens. Give yourself a new outlook. How about the pathway being easy, that you're going to notice the signs, that you're going to spend a week adjusting your thoughts, catching them. If you're going through a purge, a cleansing, a clearing, sniffles, or a fever, you know, or you're getting all fired up, or you're feeling aches and pains, what could it possibly be that you've been dealing with, or what did you ask for? Because when you're having healing, your energy is moving through your body into stagnant places that it hasn't been able to get to because you've been locked up. Okay, so when you're in pain, the first thing you do, lock up, right? Tighten up. What do you think happens when healing comes? You're trying to release, like the energy's trying to push through tightened, stagnant, hard lumps in your body. The energy is trying to push through that. It's going to be like someone thumped you in the arm and then you have a bruise. You're going to feel that ache and pain. If you have stuff on your chest, right, and you're having a coughing fit or something, you don't want to put a suppressant. Get it out. Understand that when something is coughing, something is coming out, right? That you are releasing whatever has been sitting there. You are letting it finally go. Whatever crap you were dealing with is built up here. And what people do is they go and get chemicals or they sit and complain, right? Oh, I've got. How many times do you hear that? Oh, I've been. SICK is a dog. I've been feeling it. It's going through me. Yep, it's all happening to me, right? I say I'm having a shamanic death because I am telling you I was, right? And I knew what it was because the symptoms, when you're having a clearing or you decide that that's what you're having, they'll rapidly move through. It will go from one thing to another. It's not going to stay anywhere too soon, for too long, right? It'll go from one thing to another. That's when you know you're having a cleanse, a clear, right? But if you grab onto it and you say, oh, here we go. Here it comes. I've got it. It's happening. It's all, whatever. I'm feeling like crap. Instead of, I need to rest my body. I haven't been listening to my body. I'm finally going to get a chance to have some sleep. I am going to recuperate and I'm going to let it push through. I'm going to come out the other side with an understanding of why it was there in the first place. If you can do that, your life is going to get so much easier. If you can understand the reason why your emotions have gone to something, the reason why that's happened, look at it in depth, okay? Look at it in depth, your reactions throughout your life, and then refuse to keep on doing that. You won't have these physical problems. Why? Because you're a sovereign being. You have all the abilities within you. The wisdom is to know which energy to pay attention to and what not to. What you're saying, you are creating. If you want to heal yourself and you have a myriad of problems, right? Because that's what you've been told. All these symptoms of this and this is that. And I've been suffering, right? All the words that you use, okay? It's going to take a minute for you to actually unravel. This is where you need help with properly unpacking all of the health concerns and what your patterns are. Sometimes you don't even know what they are. They've been there for so long or whatever's happened. Okay? So what I don't understand about the spiritual circles is people will go and get a Reiki treatment and never get to the bottom of their issue. And the issue comes back and they get a Reiki treatment. Because you know why? Because they feel better relaxing. That's what it is. And that you feel someone's working on you. Oh, wow, I'm finally getting some help. I'm finally getting some help. And then it comes back because you haven't understood why it was there in the first place. Because if you did, you wouldn't need that. You would be able to fix yourself. And then once you've understood why something was there in the first place and it's a bit of an untanglement, right? It's really an honesty thing that you've got to do with yourself. It's a realization of your feelings and of your patterns and of your behaviors. And then when you get to the bottom of it all and you understand it all, right? Then you need to keep up and persist with your spiritual journey, to keep up with your cleansing and clearing, to catch yourself in your own way, to stop yourself from helping everybody all of the time and being resentful about it, right? To stop yourself from having to be perfect, to stop yourself from hating yourself, your body, your life, your eyes, your hair, whatever is going on for you. To understand that you can balance your emotions, you can balance your body, you can balance your organs. If it's part of your blueprint of life to be healthy and healed, and to understand what that is. Some people's blueprint in life, unfortunately, is to have an ailment, and they may even pass away from that ailment. And the reason why that happens is because they made an agreement with family members that this would happen and it would cause the other family members to go into a deeper healing space. to go into an understanding, to help others around the world, to lift themselves out of their own way, to find strength that they didn't know that they had, and that could not happen any other way. As much as someone may have cancer, let's say, and they may really, they're just sick of it. It depends what has happened to them, how many treatments they've had, where they've gone through, what the prognosis is, how many things have occurred. Are they open to all of these spiritual changes? Are they open to understanding where it came from? Not everybody is. As much as we might want someone to have the biggest healing, not everybody is open to what it takes for that to happen, unfortunately. So as long as it's in someone's blueprint or understanding to actually have healing, they will. Mine was at 24 years old, right? If I did not command myself in a certain way, and I didn't really, really refuse it, and I can't even explain how important that was. And if I hadn't have done that, then I don't know. Okay, because it was pretty bad. And so many things happened in my 20s, like this, just 10 years of craziness, right? Health-wise. And I really, really, really asked, and I studied, and I focused, and I'm like, I know what I got to do. I know what I got to do. I'm refusing this, which means I'm refusing any other talk about it, which means I'm refusing any other doctor stuff about it. I'm refusing any of it. It's just not an existence for me. And obviously with healing and all that, but understanding why that was there. Why did that come up in my life? And there were a whole lot of stuff that was easy to say, that's why. But there was a whole lot of subtle reasons why something was happening to me as well. And same with you. Reasons you're not going to see unless you talk with me or somebody like me, right? So I had these sacred spirit cards. All right. There is a deal on at my website. It's only on for a few more days. And it's 33% off of everything except for my artwork and my courses. Okay. But everything. There's a manifesting abundance webinar and some extra meditations and things. That is free. It's a course. Okay. You'll get a little certificate at the end of that one as well. So I'm trying to give a lot of things that I've already created in the past, but hadn't put together with a PDF and a little bit more information, etc. On manifesting, and quantum jumping is going to be one, all kinds of things. Okay. And the links will be in the description or down below. So let's have a look where we're at with the sacred spirit. Light codes. Light codes. You're receiving light codes. Okay. Light codes, downloads of information, traveling, opening up your third eye. You can't just open up your third eye, by the way. You got to work on your whole being. Always work on your whole being, because it's going to make you travel further. Okay. There is a journey that awaits you. The journey is of self-discovery. If you ignore it and start looking for someone else to fix it for you, you'll be at the beginning faster than you can blink. You'll have to do it all again. This is why I keep saying to people, you know, who come for readings, right? For example, I will give a recommendation of where I think that they should go, or what I feel that they should do, right? And the reason I do that is because if you're continually getting readings throughout your life, right? And just relying on the psychic or whatever to give you a reading, to tell you what to do, you're going to be at the starting gate every single time, all the time, unless you're getting some really good advice in there for you as a soul. It's not just about fortune telling to me. You know, I know what I am capable of, and that's not being big-headed. That's because of all of the study and the practice and the doing. You get really good at what you do. But I also know what each soul is capable of. And that's what I'm harnessing in on when I'm talking to you. This is not about someone being, boom, more gifted than another. This is about some ordinary person becoming extraordinary because there's no one to believe in them but themselves. That's most of us, okay? If you're on a spiritual journey, I doubt that you are someone who has everything in this world, because why would you search for anything to help you? You know, you're good, right? Okay, so travel awaits you. Cosmic ancestors, voice your concerns. Talk all you need to talk to your spiritual light team and your guides. Okay? Everything that you need to say it to your spiritual light team and your guides. Tell them. Put them to work. You know, bring them in on what you're trying to do, because then, you know, you're giving them permission to help you. Allow them to bring an easier pathway forward. Shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. Whenever you see frogs, maybe frogs have been around, one was walking past last night, it's usually prosperity, but it can also be about cleansing and clearing, because you have that frog medicine, right? It's what I always think of. Something that literally forces you to purge. I mean, I'm not going to take that. I did ayahuasca twice. That's enough. And ayahuasca is going to tell you the same thing, that you're your own blockage. Because I found that one out the hard way. So shield your energy. Look beneath the surface. All right? The universe is not out to get you. Negative forces will play on your negative thoughts. They will play on negative situations. They will play on your emotions. They'll play on your love. They will play in your life if you let them. When you become aware of it, they're like, they'll go to someone that's an easier target, possibly someone that already doesn't like you or is pretending to like you, and feed them with some more stuff, right? Who cares anyway, right? This happens. I'm telling you that this happens, but I'm telling you that you're more powerful than that every single time, okay? All right, now I'm going to get my giant cards. Okay. Okay. Try to shuffle them, right? So all the dogs, we have 6 dogs now, by the way. There's one that was a stray that he came to our home. You came to our home, is what I say to him. And he's just got dumped here. And we tried everything to try to find his owners, but nobody came forward. So he just stays here now. And his name's Ozzy. He's black and white, and he's a bitzer. A bit of this, a bit of that. We don't know. But he's cute. Different to Huskies. Huskies don't do what they're told. He does, for the most part. Okay. Oh, okay, let's go. I'm tired of shuffling these. God. All right, see? 10 of swords or 10 of spades. 9. Just wait. It's different when you're doing playing cards. 7. It's much different. Uh-huh. 8. Wait, I'm going to get them all together. Oh, I'm feeling the itch. King of Hearts. too hard to shuffle them at the front. 6 of diamonds. Now wait for it. Aha. Okay. By the way, you can get a reading with playing cards. I probably won't use these big giant ones, but this was just for a joke. Okay. So there is a sensation here. Okay. Even with this one. Okay. There is a sensation here of what you've been going through. Now, the spades are also connected with troublesome things in the playing cards. Troubles on your mind, right? Situations, underhanded situations, people, things that were just kind of like pointy, right? Things that were sharp edged, right? Situations. I mean, for some people, there was a car accident. Some people had all kinds of clumsiness and all kinds of things going on, right? That's what we told you, that all of this was happening, even here, okay? Not that it was something that I just want to point out, right? When something happens to you, when things happen in your life, okay, sometimes it's just life. It's just life. It's not a negative attachment. It's not a da-da-da-da-da. It's just life stuff or stuff that's on your blueprint, your radar, what it is you're trying to figure out, right? So sometimes things just happen in life. But this does indicate that there was some kind of issue that was bigger than normal for you, right? For everyone. Then we have this. Okay. Then we have the help arriving. And even with the 8 of diamonds here, this is also focused in work and commerce. And then you have the feelings with the King of Hearts. So you've had a change of heart with how you're working and how you're doing things, right? You've had a change of heart with who you're having around you and what you're deciding to have in your life. You've had a change of heart about maybe how you see yourself, how you see other people, how you're doing things. You also can expect to receive here. This is something that is going to be positive, right, in your life. Positive changes, positive shifts. A sword also, it's a little bit strange here because you have a sword behind his head. I am not sure if you're, there you go. See the sword going behind his head. So swords in particular have a double meaning, okay? Because sword on its own, okay, is a weapon, okay, can cut through all of the BS, right? It is considered intellect, how you're talking and what you're presenting, okay? Other than the sword itself like that, it goes into a sheath. So then it can do no harm. Then it's covered, then it's protected, okay? So there's a couple of meanings here. This is why this is coming up. Is, are you out in the open? Are you exposing too much about yourself and your plans and your direction and all of that? I'm not going to say anything anymore. You'll just see stuff arrive. And when it's ready, there will be a link. Okay? Otherwise, you know where I am. I'm not saying anything anymore because as much as I might be excited about something, that is when people like to thwart your plans. Okay? They really do. They like to send all their BS. Okay? So what is out in the open? What are you saying? And what do you need to keep quiet about? All right. This also talks about prosperity coming in. A cycle of change here, right? Someone is, I want to say what I think. Someone's assuming something about you, okay? They are assuming something about you, and it's not accurate. All right? Your job is to continue on with your plans and your dreams and your goals, your work, okay, your forward movement. And remember that the more other people assume or they're talking or whatever, the more you're on the right path. Because you wouldn't be stirring so many things up, okay, or upsetting the apple carts everywhere, or getting people talking about you if you weren't making a statement, okay? So when we make a statement in our life, it's a positive thing, okay? So don't let it become a negative thing by, oh, you know, sometimes I make a video and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. But it came out, so it's meant to be said. You know, I'll quickly stop that. It's like when I first started making videos, I'm like, oh my God. Like, I need to make another video. Like, that was, oh my God. And I decided right at the beginning, no, I'm never going to change my videos. I'm never going to stop them and redo or go back and edit. You never see any fancy things flying around, like, you know, whatever. I don't know. If people want to watch my video, they're going to watch my video. If I set that up in my intentions that the right people are cluing in, then the right people will clue in. You know, we're our own worst self-critic. Yeah, that's the word. We always are picking on ourselves, right? Before somebody else does, maybe, I don't know. Like, why are we always so, who cares? So, I thought you might really like the giant jumbo cards. They were like $2 or something. I like them. They're just a little hard to shuffle, but they might make a good video, like with just spreading them out or whatever as well. Oh, one more. I know I've got to rescue my animals. My husband, he's not the animal, but he's watching them all. Okay. I have these cute ones too. Whispers of the Ocean. Okay, final message. I will be doing the Akashic records for May, and I'm going to be writing them up. And some of my lessons coming up here for you all are going to be written and will follow along. Okay. If you like that, let me know. If you like these videos, do thumbs up, all that. Otherwise, I don't see any movements. I know that you're all there though. And I know that I'm going to beat this algorithm and I'm going to beat this dark force. Definitely. All right. Here we go. Shedding the old. Whoa. Shedding the old. Oh, God. Okay. There's a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see the new prospects. There's a change coming your way. Ooh. Right? Big old lobster. Probably come in with the full moon. Because the Cancer, you know, the crab actually used to be considered a lobster. So I would say something coming to your home by the full moon. See, because my brain goes into a lot of different things all at once. Things that people wouldn't think of. And that's okay. I'm just unique to me. Okay. Amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now because it's coming in anyway. So we don't need to rush anything. But look at these greens, right? We don't need to rush anything because it's coming in. Otherwise, you start becoming doubtful, right? Adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. Again, green. Right? Green. Healing, healing, healing. Aren't these the cutest videos? Cards. Okay, one more I say. Final message. What do we need to finally know? Back on task. Be sure you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project that you're working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Why? Because the octopus tries to do everything, like, trying to do everything all at once, multitasking or whatever. So we have the octopus come up to back on task here. One thing at a time. Master one thing at a time and then keep going. Right? If you want to master your tarot reading, you do a course with someone that you respect. Right? You want to master your healing, you go talk to the person that you respect. Right? You want to master yourself, you talk to someone that's done it. Okay? You want to release yourself from something deep and dark and hideous in your physical body, you talk to someone that's done it. You talk to someone who's been through it, because someone can empathize with you, but unless they've been through things, they really don't understand, not completely, right? So when you're doing all of this and you're going out there and you're looking around, you've got to look at those things. A reader should also be able to give you advice about what healing steps that you need to take. I do the 1-minute videos every day, like 2 or 4 of them or whatever, because there are so many people out there that are gaining something and learning how to think more positively, because that's the message that continuously comes through in different ways, of course. So they're learning. Now, if they can learn that through a 1-minute video, then they can do anything. And through understanding that, they can understand that they can learn more, right? What message are you giving the world? Is it a double message? Because I'm the same in person as I am in camera. This is what you get. I'm going to be outside in old clothes and my husband's dad's hat. Actually, my dad, my husband, and my husband's dad, and me have all worn the same pajama pants. Because they're still going. They're in the cupboard. I wear them all the time. Comfy. Men's pajama pants, right? Outside, I'm going to be wearing a daggy old shirt and an old hat. My makeup is not done. My hair's just shoved up under the hat. And old pants, because you got to wear something comfy because you're bending over and whatnot. And the pants roll down at the top, and then you're pulling them up and you're trying to shovel and you're pulling them up and you're trying to shovel. You just got to look like, you're on the property, you're doing your thing. You don't have, it's not a fashion show, but you come over here, I'm sitting around in comfortable clothes. I went at one point to pick up my friend and I had my slippers on. I don't give a shit, honestly. Don't care so much. If I'm on camera in that, I actually like to look nice. There's sometimes I don't wear any makeup. There's sometimes my hair's sticking up. There's sometimes I've just woken up. It doesn't matter to me. I am who I am. If you're coming to my house or whatever, I'm pretty much going to be dressed in the morning. I'm going to be ready to go because I want to go op shopping, or I want to go thrifting, or whatever you want to call it. I want to go somewhere, right? I want to do something. So there's so many things, about yourself that you will learn to accept. Get back on track. Go back to the beginning. Start to evaluate yourself through healed eyes, through a healed lens, through compassion that you would give somebody else. Someone else comes to you with the same shit that you've got. What are you going to say? Right? How are you going to react? How are you going to be? How are you going to lift? How are you going to lift them? Okay? You're going to know what to do because it's not about you. The same rules apply to yourself. If you can't look at yourself and be objective, pretend that you're working with somebody else where you can, and take notes and start doing the work, right? Spirituality. We've got to get this right. There's no waking people up anymore. You know, it's like you guys either get it or you're not going to get it. The split happened with the eclipse, a split between, you know, the 3D and people in the mundane and people who aren't. The healing, if you went through an illness at that time or something was going on or whatever, you know, happened, you're going into big things here. And it's going to continue and you're going to continue. All right. Remember that you're more powerful than anyone's curse, anyone's hex, anyone's spell, anyone's BS. The negative know who you are, that you're a sovereign being of light. You have to know it. And once you know it, nothing can penetrate that field. It may try, you may fall down every now and then, but you're going to get up stronger and stronger and stronger than ever. And it's time, okay? So here we go. New messages coming, doing my best to be on camera, be here, whatever. I hope that you're awesome. Always going to hope that everyone's awesome as well and focus on that. And sending you many blessings. Hope to hear from you soon. And bye for now.